This is my custom designed table clock, and it's not your usual analog or digital clock, it's something right in between. Here is how it works. The first section shows the hours, 12 LEDs representing the 12 hours, and the second section shows the minutes where each LED stands for 5 minutes. So yeah, it only shows time with the precision of 5 minutes, but it looks super unique and honestly, it looks really cool sitting on a table. In this video, I will take you through the whole journey, how I built it, the challenges I faced, and how everything finally came together. I started with the design, figuring out how it should look and how to represent time in a way that feels natural, something that anyone can read instantly without thinking too much. The design is inspired by an analog clock where the section between 90° and 0° represents 0 to 3 in hours, or 0 to 15 in minutes, and so on for the other three sections. So in my clock, I divided the LEDs into 4 blocks and used 3 different colors. That way you can easily recognize the number of LEDs glowing without having to count them. Now to build this, I needed to control 24 LEDs, but most microcontrollers don't have that many pins. After a bit of research, I found that I could use shift registers to control multiple LEDs using just 3 pins, the latch, clock and the data pins. I used the 74HC595 shift register, and since each one can control 8 LEDs, I needed 3 of them. At first, I thought I would need separate pins for each one, but after asking ChatGPT, I found out I could use daisy chain all 3 together and still use just the same 3 pins. For the microcontroller, I chose the ESP32C3 board. It's small, compact and perfect for this kind of project. Then I needed a way to get the time, so I used the GP02 module, which can also give other data like location, speed, date and more. But for this project, we just need the time. I ran a simple test program to check if it was working, and once I confirmed it was giving the correct time, I moved everything onto a breadboard. So I assembled the whole circuit on this breadboard right here. These are the shift registers and the ESP32C3 board and the GP02 module. And instead of the flexible LEDs, I am using the normal LEDs just for the representation purpose. And as you can see, the current time is 10:45. Our GP02 module is also returning 10:45 is the time, and 10 LEDs on the R side that represent 10, and 9 LEDs on the minute side. So each LED represent 5 minutes, so 9 5s are 45. Everything worked perfectly and I was honestly really happy with the results. Now it was time to move everything on a puff board. According to the design, I needed 2 cm pieces of flexible LEDs, and that's where the biggest challenge began. I was using these flexible LEDs for the first time and didn't expect them to be so tricky while soldering after cutting, especially with just a basic soldering iron. After some research, I found a way that worked. I cut them into 2.5 cm pieces, burnt about 2.5 mm from each end, scratched the burnt part to expose the terminals, and then soldered them back in place. It was honestly a tough job, but I somehow managed to do it. The only problem was that the lengths of the LEDs were slightly uneven, but I couldn't find anyone selling exactly 2 cm strips online, so I had to work with what I had. After that, I assembled the rest of the circuit onto the puff board and connected everything. So I assembled the circuit and added all the components, and the best part is it's working as expected. So it is showing 12:35 right now, and the time here is 12:37. The sensor is also returning to 12:37, so it's working as expected. Clock was showing time just as I expected. But there was one small issue. The GP02 module takes some time to fetch the correct time from satellite, and until then it shows 00 UTC. And since I am in the IST time zone, I added a plus 530 offset. So until the correct time is fetched, the clock shows 5:30, which is wrong. To fix that, I added a simple check if the fetched year is greater than or equal to 2025, only then it displays the time. Otherwise, it shows a small loading animation. Next, I have to design the body for the cloak. I decided to go with the black acrylic sheet because it gives a nice contrast with the lights. I found a simple box design online, edited it a bit to fit my needs and got it laser cut. Once I put everything together, it looked great and it worked exactly the way I wanted. But still, I wasn't completely satisfied. A few things could definitely be improved. The LED lines were uneven, the LEDs were a bit too bright, and I think using a PCB instead of a puff board, designing a better body instead of just a box, and adding a battery for portability would make it even better. So, yeah, I will try to make these changes and come up with a better version soon. Let me know in the comments how you like this project, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel because I keep posting such unique projects as I make them. Thank you.